Hi guys, welcome back to Two Girls, One Gay.
Hello?
Are you coming to this party tonight?
No, we're filming a podcast.
This is Shy, Logan, and Mia, and today we have a very interesting episode for you guys. We are going to be talking about what women find important in a relationship versus men.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready?
Oh my God.
I feel like there's so many things to talk about. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
I feel like I can also offer like a different perspective too, because obviously it's different for gay guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do you think you'd be more on the feminine side or the masculine side?
Probably the feminine, because I don't necessarily like put all my all the emphasis. Like obviously you have to be attracted to the person, but I'm not gonna like sit there and be like, you need this, this, and this, and this. I feel like it's more about personality, or it's more personality based. But I can totally see how I feel like in the gay community, like you have this like ideal man, you know, and like everybody, they have a six pack, they're tall, like have a full head of hair, like they just look perfect. But I don't feel like that is necessarily, and I will touch on this as well, but like I don't think women necessarily are looking for that in a man all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Because I see so many things now where it's like, I'll be scrolling through Instagram and it's like a very like, it's like a video of a guy, it's like a very attainable look. And I'll see the comment section and women will be like, men take notes, this is what women want. And it's like a guy who's like not like super masculine, or like masculine but like not like super muscular, like has a little bit of chub here and there, but like
there's like more
just,
qualities,
more
about
quality.
person,
it's like a more quality guy and not just like, I don't fucking know, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Well, maybe we should start before we dive super deep into looks and stuff. Let's start off with just like the superficial things that I think just dating in this day and age encompasses, which is something with social media. And personally, something that I have definitely like looked into before whenever I like a guy or when I've dated a guy is Instagram following and who the person follows. I know I see so many TikToks about it, and I know so many girls have a problem with their boyfriend or the guy that they like following a ton of Instagram models. And honestly, I relate, even though it's kind of hypocritical for me because I am one of the Instagram models that usually like a lot of guys are following. But if I look at like a guy's page that I like or I'm dating and it's like nothing but girls, I'm immediately turned off by that.
Yeah. And like not just models, like yes, true, but also I'm sure you both know the anxiety of like a guy that you're talking to going out one night and then you wake up and there's a new follow from
the following goes up by one.
And you're like,
and guess what? The intuition is there. I can always pick out which one that was.
Yeah.
And they don't think we're looking.
It's in chronological though, right? It is.
I don't even know.
No, the Instagram app isn't anymore.
Oh.
It used to be like, this is how the Instagram app took away like how chronological order to where like who they followed recently, they took that away. But this is what I used to do because I was fucking psycho with my ex. Is if you go on Instagram on the website, like on Safari.
Oh, it's chronological.
Then it's in chronological order.
I know what
I think on TikTok as well, you can view it that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's what I'd be doing.
I was like a little bit more psycho with like my first boyfriend, but he was way less trustworthy than my last boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I definitely would check then, but he also was just like always at the club.
Yeah.
And so every night he would like have new people. But also gays are going to follow somebody they meet at a club. Like that's just what they're going to do.
I think you've said that before.
Yeah.
But with straight men, like why? Like
they're going out of their way. They're
Why
going out of their way because I think for gay men, it's honestly more about just exchanging follows.
Yeah.
Right.
So you get more like your followers.
Right.
Yeah.
For men, it's like it's more intentional. Like they're not just gonna follow a random
Yeah.
girl. Like they think that girl's hot for sure.
For sure. Like,
Yeah.
why do you need to do that? Are you gonna? My question is like, oh, are you gonna meet up with this girl sometime? Like, are you guys reconnecting? Like, what's the reason? Even if it's like, you know what they say, they're like, oh, it's just like not a big deal. Why does it
I
matter?
didn't even think about it.
If it doesn't matter, why are you doing it? If it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, why follow them? If it doesn't matter, why are you liking the Instagram picture? That is my and I used to not care because like I had boyfriends from small towns, and so rarely were they actually following anybody. Like sure, they'll follow like a huge celebrity, but I didn't care about that until I got into this world. And especially with my last boyfriend, what really set me over the edge was finding the saved folder of models in his like Instagram saves of girls that he said he jacked off to in the morning before I woke up. So that's what really now it's a problem. Like who you follow is a problem.
Just imagine being like, babe, it's not a big deal. I just jack off to them.
No,
like,
that's what he said. He was like, I'm just thinking with my dick, like it's not a big deal. But it was people. See, since I'm in the influencer world and he was in
people
my
we
world,
know.
it was people that we
Yeah.
knew and were
That's-
around.
Which is-
crazy.
So fucked up.
So fucked.
But also, what a fucking idiot.
I know. So now it bothers me. I actually had this conversation. Well, no, I didn't have this conversation recently, but I was on TikTok posting about like, oh, if he only follows all girls, like it's a red flag. And my situationship texted me. He was like, "Is this about me?" Because I swear I don't. And I was like, I hadn't looked at his following or anything, but then I did look, and he wasn't following any like Instagram models. So I was like, green flag.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him. But also like I've also seen other just staying on the like Instagram following thing for a sec. I've seen other girls post about this too, and I am one of those girls. Like if I've actually had girls DM me and they're like, "Hey, will you block my boyfriend?" and stuff, and I've completely done it. Like it's like one girl DM me once. She was like, "Hey, will you DM my boyfriend to see if he'll cheat on me?" And like I was like, "Girl, like if you are already DMing me, then you already know."
Yeah. Why do you have to
Yeah.
confirm it?
Yeah.
If you're feeling like that, then believe yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I'm
You
a girl's
obviously have a
girl
reason
like
for
through and
feeling that
through.
way.
Like if your boyfriend's following me and you don't want him to, I will immediately block him. I don't care about that. So
I would hate if somebody, they never would, but like, I would hate if somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, will you DM my boyfriend and just see if they'll cheat on me?" I'm like, please don't put me in the middle of this.
yeah, it is
Like, I don't want to do that.
putting you in the middle.
And then I'd hate to give them bad news that they probably already knew, you know?
Yeah, if you already feel like he's cheating on you, more than likely he's cheating on you.
Yeah. Or you just, yeah, probably.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Sorry, like that's the truth.
Sorry, girl.
Oh my god. Yeah, it sucks. I think that kind of like brings us to our next topic of like just the modern world that we live in. It sucks with like
Yeah.
times changing and constantly advancing because like I think we've heard this before. Technology is just like next year and the next year after that, like something newer and more fast and up to speed and like more on demand is going to come.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that, it also kind of trickles into our communication with significant others or situationships, right? It's like, why is this person not texting me back? Or what does this mean? I feel like even like now with technology advancing, the way that we text, there's not even like an etiquette. It's just kind of everyone kind of is figuring it out
Yeah.
and assumes and just, what do you got to say about that?
I was just thinking about like etiquette wise. Like, do you want me to type it out like an email? Like,
Well,
hello,
which is like-
comma.
No,
Is there an etiquette?
There isn't, but
There's
that's what I'm saying is like,
There's abbreviations for everything.
things are like constantly changing and I think everyone's going to interpret something a certain way.
That's true. You cannot like. I have a hard time interpreting tone
Oh.
in text. I'm just like. Well, also I text very blunt.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks I'm always mad at them, but I'm not. I'm just like usually like in a rush and I'm just texting back. But I have like if someone was blunt back to me, like when you text me earlier, you're like, got it. I was like, wait, is she mad at me?
No,
Because
but like
it's very not normal for us.
But Shy's literally the same way where she was like, this guy's like, for example, let's just say this guy says, we need to talk later. Shy's like, that's it. He's trying to end things. And I'm like, no. It sounds like he just like wants to get on the phone.
It's like he actually is busy. He's going to dinner.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Like the internet is like, let's talk later. Like Shy takes it as like, let's talk. Like,
Yeah,
we're
let's fucking
gonna get
talk.
down.
This is over.
No,
Yeah.
but that's also like my brain when I like someone. When I like someone, I go manic, and then Logan and Amia have to hear about it. I'm like, when I first started texting this one guy, I would just hand my phone to Logan like every single time. I'm like, here, I don't know what to say. You say something. Like, I don't know what to say.
That's right, Daddy. It was me the whole time.
No, it's me now.
You would text
Or is
Logan.
it? Or is it?
But at first, it was
So
Think twice about whose bed you're sleeping in. I'm just kidding.
But back on modern communication, like,
Yeah.
I thought for a while, I was like, it's so anxiety inducing, just texting all the time, like constantly knowing what someone's doing. But then I thought to myself, no, I definitely would not want to be someone like back in the day waiting for like a letter from someone on a horse.
No.
I know, like 6 months.
Waiting like,
wait for a
I
letter.
was going to say a week.
I think it's 6 months.
And then like also reading the letter, writing it, wondering if he's like writing other women. Like, I would be so
Like, where's the instant gratification?
Yeah.
I know.
But also, back then, they didn't know what the fuck that was. So
You know
That's
what?
true.
they didn't know any different.
And I also think just like we've talked about like how the love life has evolved over time. I think back then like men actually pined after women that they met like briefly.
Yeah.
Instead of now it's like where, and we've talked about this too, men see women all the time. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I can always find something else.
It was more fairy tale-esque.
Yeah.
Do you think it was more romantic than it would be now? Or do you think that
It was
is...
definitely more romantic.
But do you, like, I don't...
Tragic,
know.
but romantic.
Would it
think
be
it
more
depends.
romantic? I feel like it still is it depends on the guy.
Where's
obviously.
the romance?
Well, I think it depends on maybe even things that were being written back then. Because you know how we kind of associate romance and like not romance. We romanticize things
Mhm.
based on maybe TV or film
yeah.
or poetry or songs. It's like, what was the content back then that they had? Like, were they reading books and being like, oh, my Prince Charming's gonna come?
It had to have been books.
That was written by a man.
Yeah.
So he was cheating on you. I hate to say it, probably.
Yeah, it had to have been books or like another relationship that they were looking up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw like this TikTok one time that really sent me over the edge. And it was this guy, he was talking about like even when he's like texting a girl consistently and calling a girl consistently, that doesn't mean that he necessarily likes her, that he's kind of just bored. Whereas for me, if I'm actually putting the effort in to text someone like every single day and like talk on the phone with them, because I hate texting, I hate talking on the phone. So if I'm actually doing that, that means I actually like them. And I think there is a disconnect between men and women who do that. Like men don't see it as significant, like texting and stuff, as women do. Like a girl will be just like, oh my God, he texted me good morning today. He must like me. And a man's just probably like, oh, like I rolled out of bed and decided to do it. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Well, I feel like it has to do with the context of what you're talking about
Mhm.
when you're texting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think a guy's going to be like texting you very consistently and there be like nothing within the text messages, you know?
Well, I'm not talking about just like him saying like okay or sure, like actually like having a conversation.
I don't know if I agree with like it means he doesn't. I feel like if somebody's
This is
texting
what
you
he said.
consistently,
This is what an actual man said.
well, not all men are the same.
Not that
Logan's
you're
not
wait,
an actual man.
Not that you're not an actual man. I'm just saying I have like it was a TikTok that I saw and it really
That's not how I took that, by the way.
Oh.
It's like not
Amia's
all
the
men are.
Oh, I thought you were going, well, we're not all the same.
No.
It's true. Like, and we're making a general statement about all of this. Like, we're
Yeah. I would personally think, or I would hope, if a guy is texting you consistently and it's like your conversations have depth and you're talking about things you're both interested in, like, why are they wasting their time if they don't
But
like
men
you?
would rather waste their time than women would.
Yeah.
That is just so frustrating.
That's why it's frustrating for us women because we don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe they're looking for companionship, and sometimes they are trying to see if
But then how are they communicating with somebody that they actually like? Like, what's the difference there? If they're already doing that to, say, you, and they're also texting you, and your conversations are the same, how are you supposed to know who they actually like?
Me and I would never have the same guy. We have
Never.
very different types.
But I'm
hey,
just
that
saying,
wasn't the question.
Hypothetically.
Amia likes ugly men.
Oh,
oh my God.
Wait, I was talking about Barry Key again. I wasn't even talking about your boyfriend.
We're doing 30 hard, and I can't drink right now, so please don't say
I
shit
was
like that.
not even talking about your boyfriend. That's not even. I was talking about celebrity-wise.
Me and Shai have
not ugly.
very different types and men, which actually I wrote down. We have that written down: the male gaze versus the female gaze, which we're both females, but you can also have different tastes. Attractiveness is subjective.
That's true.
I know. I was talking because Emil loves Barry Keoghan, and I'm like, he's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But okay.
I liked him in the movie, so I thought he was really attractive in that movie because he was eating that girl out on her period.
I honestly don't think he's ugly. Like his face is a little interesting. Everything else is looking good though.
I mean, he's with Sabrina Carpenter, which
exactly
we have the same birthday, so.
And she is gorge.
He's too short for me.
Wait, what was the question?
I don't know. I wasn't talking about Al.
No,
Al.
There wasn't a.
Al, if you're listening to this, I was not talking about you. You're adorable. I love you, Bucky.
Oh my god.
I call him Bucky.
We weren't on a specific question, but we were talking about how it's subjective.
Well, we were talking before
Texting.
about if a guy was texting.
If they were
if a guy was texting me,
yes,
how would he communicate to a girl that he actually liked? And I think that is like the question, because I don't think there would be a difference. I just think there'd be more commitment on his side, honestly.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're talking about texting. If a guy really likes you, he's going to make a plan to see you.
That's true.
Yeah. I also think that
unless he lives, what if he doesn't live close?
I think guys like to have they like to have a bunch of options, or if you're missing parts that he doesn't see in like Shai, for example, maybe he'll seek them out in me, but he's like missing certain parts about Shai. I feel like they don't like to always like settle on one person. It's like a not enough for them, which is so fucking stupid.
It's always the next best thing.
Yeah. They want to like,
which we've talked about.
Yeah. Which is stupid. And also for a guy to have that much time to text a bunch of girls, like to me, I'm like, get a hobby.
That's the thing.
Get a job.
If I feel like if I really like somebody, they will know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like sitting on my phone texting and having to communicate with somebody constantly throughout the day. And I just won't do that. So if I'm texting you like a lot consistently and our conversations do have depth to them, then I like you.
Yeah.
That's that. But that's different. It might be different for other guys.
Words are hard today. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. An actual man.
Yeah, an actual man.
A real manly man.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
The facts, you guys. Excuse me. This is from an article on Forbes that focuses on communication. And
why is Forbes talking about body count?
No, it's not about body count.
Oh.
They probably
it's like get back to the bank accounts, not the body count.
No. This is on communication and gender. I found this interesting. It talks about the top strengths of women's communications and like basically pros and cons for both men and women. Women's top 3 strengths are ability to read body language. We pick up on nonverbal cues. We have good listening skills and effective display of empathy. Whereas our weaknesses is that we are overly emotional, meandering, meaning we don't get to the point, which so true, and non-authoritative. Authoritative. The first one. Men's strengths are commanding physical presence. They're direct to the point, effective display of power. But their weaknesses is that they're overly blunt, insensitive to reactions, and they're too confident in their own opinion. Which I was like,
seems like a little bit misogynistic.
Yeah, I was like, that's a very sexist article.
Yeah, yes, but also more science to back it up, because I looked up a study from the University of Cambridge, and they did a study of 600,000 people on their men and women's brains. I don't know. I think they did like a questionnaire. I don't think it was like a scan or anything, but it basically showed that men tend to be more analytic, where women were more empathetic. And I think 600,000 people.
Well, I agree with that.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not like all men and women to what the Forbes things was saying, but I don't know. I found in my own relationship, like things that like we've had to work through was a lot about like, you're not you're not sensitive enough, or like you're overly sensitive, or why are you being so cold or like direct, and like why can't you just like butter things up? So I don't know if it's just that's based off my experience. That's why when I read this I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Is this like a bunch of people? But again, not everyone is the same, so it could be different for everyone. What are your facts? What did you find?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have like facts on like body counts and stuff, which I think we all know. But in terms of what you were saying, I think women are like more open emotionally, and that's why, and we talked about this before in the Lonely Epidemic episode, that men, when they get a girlfriend, they tend to lean on their girlfriend as their only like emotional outlet, whereas women, like, we have our friends and we value our like female friendships and we cherish those more. And was one of the results of the Lonely Epidemic that we had talked about. And I had found a couple of studies that were talking about like how men use their girlfriends as their only emotional resource because they don't have that friendship with their man friends. I mean, men don't usually talk about their emotions, and women take care of their female friendships. And also just like in terms of what men expect versus what women expect in a relationship, is men expect women to like the same things that they do, versus women don't care if a man completely likes the same things that she does. And men expect a relationship to be just like kind of how it is in the movies, like to be perfect and the girl to always like look nice and be pretty and be poised and to not be gross or anything, and everything in the relationship to go smoothly. So when a woman does get upset about something that a man says, he calls it quits immediately because he was like, oh, we're having a fight. It's not supposed to be hard. If we're in love and this is supposed to be it's not supposed to be hard, which is completely untrue.
I hate when they say that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, you don't think that any relationship is work? I mean, maybe it's different because with their, friends, for example. I mean, like, especially like straight guys, they tend to be like really lax and like don't really care about anything. There's no fight, there's no like deep conversations, as you were saying. So when you're having them with your significant other, your partner, and they see like some sort of discourse, they immediately go to, we're not meant to be together. But that's stupid.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. And I think like I think that happens mainly in younger men. The guys that I have talked to who are older, or guys who have grown up with sisters, for example, have a little bit more of an understanding of like how women think and that relationships do tend to work. Do need work.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all goes back to like how they were raised, I feel like. And I mean, I was raised by women mostly. And
that explains it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm good at communicating. I would never jump to the conclusion that just because we're not on the same page about something that we're not like meant to be together.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, it is work and you have to like stick it out and actually like talk about it. And like you were saying, a lot of men don't really like to get in touch with their feelings. It makes them uncomfortable, but like I feel like that makes you more of a man if you're able to do that.
Yeah, I think they don't know how to be sensitive. I think they also don't know how to be comforted. Like,
right.
Sometimes when
it's
you're trying to
uncomfortable for them to be comforted because they're like, oh, it makes me less of a man.
Right.
Letting you console me or
exactly.
see me cry or whatever like that. But if there's a fucking man that cries in front of you, then that is like, one, that's hot.
Yeah.
Two, like, it's very respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard for them to understand what they're feeling too, because I don't know if that's just because of traditional male ideals, like how they're supposed to be. They carry this responsibility where they don't feel like they can share that information with their partner to like burden them in a way. But I don't know. I think things are changing. I think like women they want more of a feminine man. And I don't know if this about men, maybe I'm just saying this out loud, but I think men also want like more of like a masculine female in the sense of like someone that's independent and takes care of themselves, because I'm sure you guys hear like when
Who knows what she wants. Yeah.
When a girl goes for a guy that like has a great job and gets paid well, then she's like a gold digger. And it's like, okay, men are looking for women that like can take care of themselves in that way too.
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah, that's always interesting because it's like some men want a woman like that, and then some men are just like, I don't want her to do anything. I want her to stay home and like all that. And I'm just like, that is weird to me.
Bizarre.
What makes me a little upset about like modern men is how they feel so emasculated by a woman's success, especially in my last relationship. I got really successful and really stable financially really fast in our relationship, and he was still figuring himself out, and I think he became very, very insecure about like his life and his job and money and all of that stuff, and it caused a lot of problems in our relationship, and ultimately like money was the downfall besides the cheating. Money.
Yeah. Well, would you
money
say that
was
like your
downfall.
roles kind of switched a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, not even the roles switched. I did everything, and he kind of just existed in my space. It wasn't like
You went from being on an equal level to you being way ahead.
But it wasn't even. Yes, it was like also me being way ahead, and the thing, he always complained about it, like he wasn't in the mental space to even do anything about it, which was a problem that we had. But the thing was, it wasn't like I started making money and paying bills and stuff, but I would come home to like a clean house and the dogs fed and like dinner cooked. It's not like he had any feminine roles. I would work all day, and I would be in acting class for like 3 hours and going to the studio and doing everything that I was doing and making money and paying bills and doing all this stuff and paying his bills as well. Came home, house was so dirty because he never cleaned. He had been on his phone all day or playing video games and stuff. So I did everything.
Yeah.
I cooked and everything. Yeah.
Turned into a mom.
I did. I was a single mother.
That's another thing. I feel like a lot of...
I'm no mother of 3.
Yeah, it would have been 3 at that time, yeah.
I feel like a lot of men are looking for just a woman to
be a
mom.
Be a woman, yeah. To exist as a woman.
But like a mom to them, like not be a mom to their kids, like a mom.
I thought you meant just like in a relationship.
No, I feel like they're looking, and I think that is weird. But do you think that that's modern men who are more like that, or do you think it's like more like older men that are like that?
I think honestly it does pertain to older men as well as modern men, because I've heard a lot of times in a bunch of different articles that I've read that like when you become the girlfriend or the wife, you basically are replacing the mother. And that men usually tend to date women that are like their moms. Unless they have a bad relationship with their mom, then they go the complete opposite.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
But I feel like, I mean, and I've complained a lot, as you guys know, about like not being asked out and not going on dates and stuff. And you guys tell me that I'm intimidating, like as a person. And then especially when they figure out like the money situation of it. So I feel like a lot of guys are intimidated by women who are successful.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or in some position of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, I feel like it's hard for them not to feel like a little bit anxious about their situation, because it's like that's kind of what the male standard is. Like you're supposed to be the breadwinner. You're supposed to be the one that takes care of your girl financially. And like, it's like if she's already doing that, especially at like the level that you're at, I'm sure guys like are going to get even more intimidated, which that's on them. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid for them to like feel that way.
Yeah.
Very outdated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've never cared. I've never once been like a man has to make more money than me. I don't care at all. I want a partner in life. I don't need someone to take care of me. I can take care of myself. And money, this fell off. I was like, what? That's how I handle them.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yeah, it's like a society
Make
thing.
sure your
It's
nip's not
you.
popping out.
It's not you.
It's not.
Okay.
Anyways, like I've said before, like money means nothing to me. So
That is not true, but
no, I mean in terms of a partner, I don't care how much money he makes at all. If he buys me a coffee, I'm like over the moon happy.
Yeah, a guy bought.
she's very easy to please.
Yeah, a guy recently, he bought me like dinner, and I was like, is this what it's like? Am I in a fairy tale? I know, it's really sad. No, but he's great. Shout out him.
Shout out him. I was going to ask you about your
What?
communication style with.
My communication style?
Yeah, with
Like if there's a problem, how do I bring it up?
No. Like when you're texting, I think like I know I'm jumping backwards a little bit, but in the way that we talk about like I don't know, like games, like playing that game, is that the same for you?
Do you play a game?
No.
I
don't think I play a game.
Really?
I don't wait like 30 minutes to text somebody back if they take 30 minutes or an hour to text me back. I think that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much the type of person who would like rather not just sit around and like text all the time. So like I would rather see you. So we'll probably like make a plan.
Yeah.
Like a time and a place.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I think texting throughout the day is good, but like I cannot stand just sitting around like texting all the time.
Yeah.
Are you ever like interpreting like a text that?
Oh, for sure. I definitely overthink. I overthink it for sure, but it's not something that I'm gonna be like, so when you said this, like, what did you mean by that? You know, I'm not gonna ask unless it like comes up later. But I think I am very aware that a lot of people don't communicate super well over text, and you can't ever read somebody's tone.
Yeah. Do people ever do that to you? Like, do you think it's annoying if a guy does that to you?
No, I wouldn't think it's annoying because I would understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I don't think I use a lot of exclamation points. I'm not ever sending something with like a period or just like saying like KK or like K or like cool. Like I never do like those one word answers or anything like that. So I don't think I would ever give somebody the impression that I'm being standoffish or not, or like I'm upset about something.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Why? What do you think?
No, I was just like curious if it's like different, if what we're saying, because obviously like
it's different.
It's different for us versus like maybe
I interpret like if
it's different, but it's the same too in ways for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're always wondering like I definitely have that thing in the back of my head, like they're gonna be looking for the next best thing just because you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what I have to offer, so
there
we go.
There you go.
You heard it here.
I know I know you've been in a relationship for almost 4 years now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But when you were single, did you? Because I know I do it. Like I don't want to play games over text, but I feel like you have to do a cat and mouse situation. So like, if he doesn't text me back for like 2 hours, I'm waiting 5 hours. Like, and I have a lot of pride in it.
Yeah.
And also like, if he's being short or standoffish, I'm gonna be even more short and standoffish. Like,
did you? No, 100%.
I would honestly rather, instead of being short and standoffish, to combat him being short and standoffish, I'd almost rather be like, let me know when you figure your shit out.
I would never.
I don't know. That's a good one. I kind of.
I'd almost rather like call it out. And
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that tonight.
Just be like, you just reply to the message that's really short and be like, anyways, let me know when you figure this out. I'm gonna be doing my own thing. So I don't even know, but
I like that.
I would get
honestly, that would make a guy like.
I think they would like it.
I think they would really like be like, whoa, like let me think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually. At first they'll be like, what the fuck, bitch?
Yeah. But then they'd be like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
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 What are we doing playing games? Like if your end goal is to like
I love playing games.
I
still do.
Okay.
What? You're in a relationship.
I know, but it keeps things fun.
What kind of games do you play with Al?
I might be gone. You never know.
You are great. That is toxic as fuck.
But I feel like we talked about that the last podcast.
Like Sally said, you need a little toxic.
You keep things a little crazy.
What's the last game that you played?
Oh.
Yeah, lay it out.
Buy me this or I'm out.
No, I should though. No. Last game. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but to what you were just asking, I think that this sounds really messed up, but I think it's already like confusing. Like guys are all already like so confused. Like, what does this girl mean? Like, we have a mutual friend.
Oh,
yeah.
Beep. Yeah.
We have a mutual friend who would send me screenshots and be like, what does this mean? Like, what
and
is
this
she
is a guy
too.
Yeah. This is a guy.
What is she saying? And like, do you think she likes me? And reading from her messages, she was being, I would say, like, not all in, but she wasn't all out. And I think it's kind of nice that we're already confusing to guys, because if you're interested, whether you're like kind of interested or not, I'm not someone that's direct. Like, I like to feel things out for a really long time, but I know that people are direct. So I will be as confusing as possible. Like, I will say, oh yeah, like we should meet up like another, like sometime soon. And then like when they ask me to hang out, I'm like, oh, maybe like sometime soon. But I'll keep pushing it until I figure out if I like someone or not.
It's like 2 years later.
Yeah, actually. I know that's bad, but
that's wild. If I like someone, I want you like here now.
Yeah.
Next to me.
If I know I like somebody, I'm like, okay, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I never.
But maybe I should draw back even. No, I feel like I already draw back a lot. I don't know if I'm confusing to a guy.
You are.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Well, I think you're just confused.
I don't No, because I know I like somebody, but I'm like, I want to be a little confusing and mysterious, but do you think I am?
Yes.
How?
I feel like based off your text messages that you probably send, or like you'll like say, oh, he said this and I said this, and I'm like, what? Why would you say that? You're like, I'm ending things. I'm like, what? But he just said that he thinks you're gorgeous.
Literally.
He'll be like, you're so stunning. Like, I can't wait to like be with you for the rest of my life. And you're like, oh my God, I'm ending things right now.
You're like, oh, so you think I'm stunning, not hot.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, stunning is arguably better, bitch.
I like the word stunning. I'm not arguing that.
It's just
no, but I will get a text from like a situationship or someone that I like, and I'll be like, he doesn't like me anymore. I know he's gonna end it tonight. I'm pulling back immediately. And then we'll talk on the phone and have a great conversation. I'm like, okay, I guess he likes me.
Yeah, that's why now, like every time you say should I, I'm like, no. Do not. And do not.
Don't do anything.
Don't do it.
No, I don't like it's not for me not liking someone. It's from the being scared that they don't reciprocate the feelings. Because at this point in my life, I'm just not open to getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, they're either going to like you or they're not going to like you. And you just got to go with the flow and figure it out.
I hate it. I need to know what happens.
I know, but also it's part of the fun.
Yeah. I am not on trial here. Let's talk about something else.
Oh. Okay. Right.
Female gaze versus male gaze? Personality versus looks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a fact. According to, I don't know how to say it, but KXAN, it's like a website or magazine. Men in their 20s care 4 times more about looks than women. Researchers looked at 9 different traits when it comes to dating, and that women care more about intelligence, education, age, and emotional connection that they form. That is why you usually see a woman who is extremely attractive with a guy who is medium attractive or just unattractive. Women will go for personality and settle for looks, while men will go for looks and settle for personality.
A thumbs up.
I'm just trying to think of like what I want to say to this. Because I already touched on this a little bit, but
yeah.
I would rather settle for personality than looks any day.
Well, I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, everyone's like gonna be all shriveled and old. You may as well
exactly. We're all gonna be ugly at some point.
Personality, yeah.
Yeah.
But as of right now, like especially men in their 20s, they don't care about that.
No, well, they're not looking.
Yeah.
To like settle down.
Yeah.
They're not looking into their future that far. They're just trying to figure out how they're gonna get their dick wet.
But even you see, like, I mean, I've seen it in a lot of movies, and I've seen it just like men will always like they'll date a girl for like 9 years, not marry her, then they're 2 months out of their relationship.
I know who you're talking about.
Do you? Then they're 2 months out of the relationship and they're like marrying a model.
Austin Butler.
Oh, I wasn't talking about
Literally, him and Vanessa were together for like 9 years.
I literally wasn't talking about that, but yeah, that situation
That's
like
true.
sits. Even though Vanessa Hudgens is beautiful,
yeah,
gorgeous.
she's gorgeous,
and she's married now and she has a baby. So thank God that she moved on from that.
She has a great personality too.
Yeah, but men do it all the time. That they like will date someone for so long who is actually like a great woman, like checks all the boxes, but then they don't end up marrying. And the woman like wants commitment, leaves the relationship, and then 2 months later they're engaged to a model or someone younger or more attractive.
Yeah. I don't know how men's fucking brains work, but
you are a man.
I know, but I'm not a regular man.
Yeah,
he's a cool man.
I'm a good man.
He's a gay man.
Yeah. I mean, to that, I kind of agree. I mean, I do agree with what you were saying. Even based on like meeting a guy, like when you meet a guy and let's say like you're like, oh, he's cute. But then when you get to know him and his personality, and let's say he's so funny, the personality matters so much and it makes them more attractive. Because,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, when you meet like let's say like a hot guy and then he ends up being such an asshole, you're instantly ew. Like,
Yeah.
now you're ew. Like,
Yeah.
cringy, gross.
Right.
Like, you're unattractive to me. No matter like how like physically attractive you are, like it goes away for me personally.
No, yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
And that's happened so many times, especially like over the summer when I was dating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, and also you fall in love with somebody, I think mainly because of, you're not going to fall in love with somebody because of the way they look. I don't think that you can fall in love with
No.
them
No,
because
yeah.
of that.
But I think men
But
do.
men do. They will be more hung up on the way a girl looks than her personality.
I mean, that's the thing that like gets them.
And
That's how women
yeah.
get approached, is
Yeah.
because like men only see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
First.
But like you were saying, is like if you fall in love with the person's personality, then they automatically become.
Yeah.
But not 80% of men do not think that way.
Yeah, but that's.
I guarantee it. I know because I'm one of those women that they approach.
Well, men need to evolve then.
Telling me.
Yeah.
No, but I've had many instances where I've like, this guy is so attractive and he has like a following or like whatever. I think he's like really cool from the outside and I'll hang out with him and like his personality absolutely sucks and I'll never talk to him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I've also found it to be pretty lucky a couple of times that like a man will be attractive and then his personality is just like incredible and he's funny and he's sweet.
Yeah.
And he's emotionally mature and that just like skyrockets everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, let me take off my pants right now.
Oh,
You want to start a family right now?
Jesus.
Yeah, personality wins. Personality wins.
Personality
does win
wins. It should win
every single time.
every single time.
Um,
Did you want to play?
I want to play a little game with you guys. Okay.
What is this? A game show?
So it's an interpretation game. So kind of like how woman shows, like a therapist is like, "What do you see?" And then like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, it's like a butterfly or like a murder.
I'm gonna like read some lines to you for like that would be a text, and you guys are gonna tell me like what
Like
you
a conversation.
see. Yes.
Okay,
Cute.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Just whatever first pops into your head.
Okay.
Ready? I'm fine.
Is that it?
I'm fine.
Is it a girl saying it?
It's a girl saying it.
She's not fine.
She's not fine.
Ask her what's wrong immediately. Call her. FaceTime her.
You should not even text back. You should call.
Call immediately.
Yeah.
Be like, what's wrong, baby?
Good point.
Mhm.
Good point.
And if you call and she doesn't answer, and then you text her and she's
Call
also not,
again.
well, no, just do something like that you know is gonna make her happy. Just like send her flowers or something.
Call again. Sometimes I don't answer a call just to see if he's gonna call again.
What if a guy like texted you back?
See, that is fucked up. Just like you're
I gotta know you want me. If I block you on everything, send me an email.
Venmo them.
Venmo me.
Hey, we learned that from our last
Yeah.
guest. What if they text you back and they're like, "Okay, what's up?" After you say, "I'm fine." Okay, how was your day?
Then I wouldn't respond.
I wouldn't respond for a long time. Yeah.
But you said I'm
But
fine.
also- Here's the thing.
But
I
we're
wouldn't
not
just say
fine.
I would never just say I'm fine. I would say what my problem is.
Yeah.
But if somebody said I'm fine and I said I said I'm fine and somebody said, "Okay, what's up?" or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
then my first answer would be give it some time and not respond.
I would not respond. If I'm saying I'm fine, I'm not fine.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm actually fine, I'm like, oh, I'm so great, or I had the best day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. KK.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when you do it. I hate it when you do it. I fucking hate it when that bitch does it. I hate it. I think it's so annoying.
KK.
I hate it.
Capital K.
And if you
lowercase
ever say K to me, I won't be speaking to you the rest
No,
of the day.
K. Yeah, don't say K.
I still don't like KK.
I'd
prefer you to say okay.
I'm trying to stay young. It's what my it's what my young
so
assistants
dumb.
send me.
I don't
So I'm like, oh, KK's in again. Because I remember when I used to have my little, you turn it sideways and slide it up phone.
Oh, the sidekick.
Yeah, I used to have that, and it would be KK.
See, when Sally says, or even when Clover's like KK, like that's cute. But like I hate it over a text message.
But that's when I say KK over a text message. That's the tone I'm using. KK.
I don't hear that when you.
I think it. Okay, well, here's the thing. It depends on who you're talking to.
When you say KK, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on?
It depends.
I think that's a different.
If
generation.
You're not that
That's
old.
a different generation.
You're 3 years older than me.
It's different.
I don't use KK.
Well, I didn't use KK until my younger assistants used KK, and I was like, wait, I want to be in.
But I
want to be hip.
Age.
Yep.
Clover's not. Clover's younger. And Sally acts younger. So
it's different. If I'm talking to you or them and they say KK, cool. If it's somebody I'm talking to romantically and they say KK, we're going to have a problem.
I've said KK to someone that I'm talking to. Do you think he's mad at me?
You better do KK smiley face or something.
You think that's probably why you're feeling this way right now?
Yeah.
Because you said
KK.
KK.
The vibe and being like, what is her problem?
No, I didn't mean I mean if you're listening to this, I mean it KK.
You need to like add an exclamation. No, that's the exclamation point is probably
She doesn't have an exclamation point on her phone.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, I actually had this problem last night because he had told me something and I said, okay, well, and then said something else. And he was like, well, that wasn't very kind. And I said, what? I said, I hope you have a good night. Like, he said, I guess it was the okay, well, that threw me off. And I was like, oh, is that not okay?
That is true.
Yeah.
If I would have read that, I also would have thought you had a problem.
I don't have a problem. Maybe I did have a problem, Loki.
I think you just need to like
maybe I'm actually
proofread things before you press send.
I do. Stared at it for like 5 minutes.
Well, hope you have a good night.
I'm in it like, okay, well.
Oh my god, not have a good night.
That's what I said.
Oh. Yeah, that was my next one. By the way, all of these are things that Shai said to me.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I love.
Shai goes, I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm like, oh, fuck.
What?
Oh.
I'm not a good texter.
I'm just kidding. I know because it's Shai, because my other friend, Taylor, you met her. She texts the same way. I remember when she first started sending me Ks, I was like, what the fuck is your problem? But then she was like, no, it's like not like that. So I understand what you're doing.
I also text how I would respond in person. Like if you tell me something and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. But that's how I respond in person, especially like
that's why
in the house, I'm very blunt to you guys.
I just feel like as a society, like we put too much emphasis on texting.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
It means something.
No, it's all perspective. See, like Shai didn't even realize that like that was something that I like.
Your next one was have a good night. Okay.
Wait, no. I think we should do a little role play right now because
with a period.
Shai said that this is how she would respond. This is how she would respond in real life. And I believe that because I said, hey, you around Wednesday to see a flick with Vinny? She goes, I don't know yet. IDK yet.
Yeah.
You would have said that.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me know when you find out. I'll go tomorrow.
It gives so monotone.
I'll go tomorrow.
But also that's how she would say it in person.
She would.
A little bit monotone.
That's how I read it though. I know she would say it like, I'll go tomorrow. Like I know that's how you would say it, but when I read it, I see I'll go tomorrow.
This is just turning into the roast of Shai Burden.
Apparently I'm not a good texter.
I feel like when
you already said that you weren't a good texter.
No, when I text Shai, it literally looks like I'm texting a guy that's not interested to
Oh my god.
Look at these one-word answers.
That's like Sally. That's like Sally messaging her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. I look like you look like you're so uninterested in me. Just you sending photos of look how long these messages are.
She'll send me paragraphs and then I'll just
but that's how I text. It's annoying.
I hate a paragraph.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, we're gonna do this because this, and this is the reason why. And if you just like let me know if blah blah blah. And then Shai's just like, okay. I'm like,
yeah.
Do you guys I think there should be more voice texting.
Yeah, I like
voice
when I get a
text?
voice memo.
Yeah. It's just way easier. You don't have to like read through things.
I miss when people used to pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, but I also don't love being on
like
the
when I call you.
phone too much.
I don't know what I like anymore. No, you were gonna say that the next one was like, have a good night, and I feel like honestly, if I were just to send have a good night period, then I'm pissed off.
Oh, the period says it all.
Yeah,
That's why I always will put have a good night with like
Emoji.
a little, not even an emoji. Like I love just like an old fashioned little colon and like a parentheses.
A smiley face.
Yeah.
I've been doing the colon capital D lately. I don't know if you guys noticed
Oh, you're
that.
big cheesing.
I've always just
So
when I
cute.
send it, it's this. That's what I'm doing.
That is you. That you do it.
Hi.
constantly.
What?
She goes,
I did. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I don't mean to do the things that I do. I wasn't disgusted.
no, you're the way that I at least tell myself when you say KK, I'm like, she's so busy. She's such a busy lady. She doesn't have time to text.
And she's a little bit acoustic. It's okay.
Yeah, and I have autism, and also I'm, very in my head, especially as
Yeah.
of late,
True.
and just like overthinking everything. Oh my god, I feel like now the person I'm texting doesn't
Don't overthink
think that I like him.
No.
That is not what this was all just a funny little silly.
No, because everything that you said, I've said.
Listen, you're gonna text me differently than your lover, hopefully.
My lover.
She's like, nope.
like
She's like, wait.
Like honestly, no, I'm not. I'm not really.
She's spiraling.
I was like,
Well.
there's not much of it. Fuck. Okay, I got some making up to do. I'm gonna be sending pic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Sally mode.
Just have Sally write them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually terrifying. Anything else?
No, on that note, I think
On-
you need some. You got to make a call right now.
Yeah,
I
on
think.
that note, I gotta
Yeah.
go make a call to my situation
She's
ship.
got to fix the damage.
Because I've been ruining it, apparently, when I thought he didn't like me. It all makes sense now. Anyways, anyways,
Anyways.
are you any wiser from this podcast? Hopefully. I feel like I've aged 10 years. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into Two Girls, One Gay. Two Girls, One Gay podcast on TikTok and Instagram, and Two Girls, One Gay pod on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and we're here every single Tuesday unless there's an emergency. But for the most part, we're here.
I had bronchitis that one time. And she will never let me live it down.
But for the most
Hey, I
part,
showed up having a migraine, so.
that's true. But for the most part, we're here every single Tuesday. And if you're ever lonely, you can always hang out with us. We have you. We got you. We love you. Bye.
Love ya. Bye.